Good day, church. My name is Paul Bella Asanwa. My question is it wise for someone who has a housing property, just one housing property, to put off the house for sale and then buy lands because he saw them cheap?
My name is Onkwemeka Stanley. Please, I would like.
Please, can you speak up?
My name is Onkwemeka Stanley. I would like you to throw more light on about investment. How do we manage our risk?
My name is Mentor Oriri, and among the points you gave to us on global facts for wealth creation, the fifth point you said you must become wealthy to attract wealth. And under that subhead, you said three things. You must be ready to lose in a realm you are believing God for, and you must be ready to give in that realm also. Now, my question is, if I am a giver in a certain realm I'm believing God to come into, must I necessarily lose to be able to come into that realm? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Chijoke Otiba, and I am a physiotherapist. I'm a health professional. My question is, with your experience mentoring people, I know you must have come across health professionals. So how do you penetrate the fast lane as a health professional? I found it's usually very difficult to find very wealthy health professionals, doctors, physiotherapists, and the rest. So what is your best advice to people who are young, starting out in this career, and they want to make it big?
My name is Peter. My question goes like this. Most young people, we have excellent business ideas, but how to get the resources to activate them, to make the establishment work, is the challenge. Is there any platform we can go to for empowerment?
Thank you, sir. Over to you, Pastor Mobi.
Okay, thank you very much. Amazing questions, and that's one of the, because I still spoke with her, I said, look, are we having question and answer? Because it will help us to deal with a lot of other things and cover a lot of other ground. So, because these 13 questions are like 13 messages on its own, but I can tell you for free, everything here is already answered in the books. For free. Anyone that has read the books will know that the answers are already there. So if you can afford to buy the books, buy it. Once we are done, I'll probably wait for like 15 minutes to do some autograph for some people. So let me run through it. Now, house versus investment. Please listen and listen attentively. I'm going to say a lot of things in addition to the question. Your first house does not have to be your last house. Because most people think, oh, I can't live in that place. I'm waiting until I have money to buy it my time. No. Buy it, build it, rent it out. Buy it, build it, rent it. You don't have to live in your house. Your first house does not have to be your last, and your first house does not have to be where you live. You can buy it and rent it out to other people. And then when you are living in your house, that's one of the miracles, we call it the Kiyosaki miracle. When Robert Kiyosaki came out helping us to understand what an asset was, no publishing house took the book because he was working against the conventional mindset until he decided to invest in himself, and God helped him to be able to deliver many of us. What is an asset? An asset is twofold. Number one, anything that appreciates in value is an asset. Number two, anything that produces cash flow is an asset. But anything that depreciates in value is a liability. And anything that takes money away from you is a liability. So when you build a house and you are living inside, even though the house is appreciating, you are spending money. So one way or the other, it can be a mix, sweet and sour. Listen, when you are a landlord, you might have to spend at least 200,000-300,000 a month, even though you are the owner of the house. 200 times 12 is 2.4. If you go and rent a house, maybe you pay 1.5. So sometimes you are not qualified to move into the house yet. That's why I say build your business first before you now come to build your house. So my advice will be, if you know that you are not free, you are not gone to that financial freedom level yet, let that house first start as an investment before you now build it. So when you are building a house that you are packing into, it should be like the grandchild of money that you are using for that. The income from the income of the income that it doesn't really move anything. Number 2, prayer warrior and intercession. Now, what I mean is this: most of the time, because of religion, we get into the error of imbalance, where we now think that the supernatural is all we need. The supernatural is a combination of super plus natural. The super will remain super without the natural. The natural will remain natural without the super. So if you pray and pray and pray, the result of prayer is an instruction for manifestation. So what prayer does is, number 1, it changes you. Number 2, it instructs you. Number 3, it energizes you to carry out the instruction. If your prayer is not doing any of those things, you are just wasting your time away. So when you see somebody that say they are prayer warrior and they are angry, they are bitter, they are nasty, they are unholy, you are not praying. Because prayer must change you first. Number 2, when you say you are a prayer warrior, what did you now hear? Because prayer is communication with God, not talking to God. So when you talk to him, you should hear him talk back to you. And when he talks back to you, he gives you instruction. It's when you follow those instructions that the answer will come. So when I say most prayer warriors and intercessors are poor, it's because for many of them, they believe that just because we have prayed, miracle will just happen. And when they are supposed to give, they don't give. When they are supposed to invest, they don't invest. They are expecting a supernatural move, and they wait and waste. That's what I mean. Number 3, you say, how do I start my money? That has changed over time. In the School of Money book, I spoke about my regimen. But as you grow, things change. And then as you begin to operate, because right now I operate more like a global, I have offices, and I'm a pastor, so we have branches all over the world. We have in Australia, so we have everywhere. So the different time zones affects what I do. My offices are also in like 4 continents now. So because of the time zones, the regimen I used to keep, I'm not able to keep that kind of regimen anymore. So I will give you my normal regimen, and I will give you the second. My normal regimen is when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is I have a series of worship on my iPad. In my room, I have different speakers. So there's what we call Sonos. It's like it's in every room, so you can decide where to play. So that's the first thing that I do in the morning. Just open up to that worship. Depending on what that morning is, sometimes I still do school run. So if it's a morning when I have to do school run, then while the worship is going on, I'm going to do school run. And then when the boy is dropped, I come back. I can now say I'm doing quiet time or whatever. So, but my normal regimen, if I'm not going out, is I wake up in worship and I just spend time in that, because I'm not going anywhere. I work for myself. So when I get to a realm where I believe I've gotten to a realm, that's when I start praying. And then I now study my Bible. I study my Bible with real Bible. I don't use iPad. I don't use tablets. I have correct physical Bible, as in paper and biro. And I use what is called Open Heavens. It's by Pastor E. Adeboye. One of my staff here gave it to me in 2002 or thereabouts. And that's what I've been. So that's what my family use for family devotion. So I carry it everywhere I go. So that's what I do. So when I'm done with that, I hardly go out now because of COVID. Change a lot. So my house is my office, is everything. So from the house, I go to church twice in a week, and I go to business office twice in a week, and then the remaining 3 days I'm at home. So sometimes I'm at home for 5 days. I only go to church. I do my business from the house. So I hardly go out except I'm going to preach. All my offices, everything is now run from the house. So that's my normal regimen every day. The exceptional regimen now is when I have to deal with a lot of international stuff. In the middle of the night when everybody's asleep, I'm awake doing international stuff. And then I wrap up with fasting and prayer, with prayer and worship. And then I go to sleep. So most morning, I'm either sleeping. So sometimes I'm sleeping till 11, 12, 1 because I've worked all night. So that's the exceptional one. Number 4. Now, managing wealth. When I introduced the book to you, I said it teaches you how to make, manage, and multiply money. Anybody can make money. It's the ability to manage the money that helps you to be able to multiply the money. If you know better, you will do better. So in the world of financial wealth management, there are principles that we apply. Those principles are in the book, School of Money. When you want to make money, the principles to make money is there. When you start making the money, how to manage the money is there. So we have the 70-30 principle. We have the 20/4 principle. We have all the different kind of principles that you can apply. We have all the reserve principle, satanic budgeting principle, all kinds of things that you can do. Because money not managed will go. That's why wealth has wings. So we tell you where to put the money. So once you begin to make money and you have gotten to a point where your needs are met, then you need to put most of your money into assets and investment. And then you also need to have what we call cash reserves, so that when opportunities come, you have enough resources to buy. So there are principles, and they are all in the book on wealth management. But the most important thing is savings, investments, asset acquisition, and then cash reserve. Savings, investments, asset acquisition, cash reserve. So when you make money, save. When you make money, invest, so that more money will be coming. So that instead of you working for money, the money will be working for you. Asset acquisition, acquire assets, so that the assets will be producing money without you having to work. Then have cash reserve. It's called satanic budgeting, so that when trouble comes, there are a lot of things that money will settle. Number 5, markup in real estate. Markup is not right, markup is not wrong. It depends on the policy of the person you are dealing with. So what is markup? Markup means, I'm a real estate company. I'm selling land for 5 million. You are an agent. You want to bring a customer, and you now add money to the 5 million. That means you have marked it up. Because you saw a rich person, you told the person the land is 7 million. You collected 7 million. You paid me 5 million. You have eaten 2 million. Now, it's not right or wrong. It depends on the policy. So for me now, in our company, we don't do markup. We give commission. So when you bring somebody that brings that 5 million, I will give you 10%, 15%, 20%, depending on the deal. So from that 5 million, you're already collecting 1 million from me. So why do you want to go and add to it? But if I tell you, I'm selling my land for 5 million, any amount you sell, that's your business. Just give me my 5 million. Then markup is not wrong. So it depends on who you are dealing with. Because let me give you some other things. Where people don't understand is, if you do a markup, listen to this, and you tell me that I have added something, help me write receipts. I'm going to be writing receipts for 7 million, and I collected 5 million. When the tax man comes, I have 7 million. I'm going to have to pay tax on it. So at the end of the day, it will be a mess for everybody. Because that means that if you are telling me to write receipts of 7 million, you have to be ready to let go of 40% of that 2 million. So that 40% of the 2 million added to my own book will take care of the taxes and VAT and everything.
On this channel, we talk about making money the biblical way. Let's honor God with our finances by applying His principles. If this blessed you, like, share, and subscribe. God bless you.